Hello again out there in the world of investments. Hey, I want to bring you a little bit of update on helium. You know, with HIP51 is to be voted on by June 7th. What's that mean for helium? What are they doing? And what's that mean also for us for having voting rights? They've changed that now with HIP51. If it's approved, which looks like it will be, is it going to be accessible for us to vote? I got to learn to speak English again. Let's talk a little bit about helium, HIP51, and what that means for us. Is it good for helium or not so good? Let's talk a little about that right now. I'm here at the house doing a barbecue here, so you're going to have to bear with the smell of that tri-tip we got on the grill. You smell it? I love that smell. I love barbecue. It just kind of reminds me of being relaxed. We're here in the mountains, nice warm day, nice evening, it's perfect weather. And I want to talk a little bit about helium. You seem to be coming back a little bit. You know, we're back around, bouncing up around that 10, pushing up. And, we got down there. We got a long way to go back up, but we're also in really a bear market for across the board. Crypto, stocks, etc., right? Things just don't look good right now. But what's helium doing? Well, we're starting to see a little more payout with helium. You're starting to see more beacons being sent out by the validators. There's still some issues with the validator when the helium went to milestone 4, where they went all light hotspots. The good thing about it is once they get it all resolved and we can buy light hotspots, it's going to be cheaper. The bad thing is, had I never bought this stuff over a year ago, I'd have had a lot more money because I bought it on my credit card, waited a year for it, paid some interest until I paid it off, right? And then I get them, and then sometimes they didn't get them at all. CalChip hosed us, man. And so did Party Labs, actually. They even did worse because they came back and didn't give me anything. So, anyway, they gave my money back. It would have been better off if we just waited for all this to get done and then jump in at light hotspots for about $300. And all this hiccuping would have been done. So, really, it doesn't pay to be first in. It really doesn't. You take a lot of risk, just like a Planet Watch. I keep bagging on that, I know, but it's the truth. And I really got a sore canker inside my soul over how much we believed in the hypocrisy that we were taught there. But let's go back to helium. I put a video out questioning on what they were doing, some unethical things, and I believe they were, and still kind of are, and using excuses. Because they're earning money, they're just not paying the community, but they're getting around. Here's what's going to happen with HIP51. And people are excited about it. It's kind of renewing their life, kind of like, okay, people are forgiving them easier. Now, you do have VC. You do have venture capital invested in helium, where you don't necessarily have that with Planet Watch, especially on the aspect of buying the actual devices. You know, I have Global, amongst others, LongFi, others. We work with LongFi, actually, and we have a great relationship with them. Had a meeting with them yesterday at our office down in South America. And they're being very aggressive and really filling a void where IHub Global poo-pooed on. I think IHub Global has a good payout plan if you want to get involved with them. But, right now it's going to be kind of difficult because there's not really a lot being paid out. So what's HIP51 going to do for us? It's up to June 7th. It looks like it's going to pass. What's that going to do? Well, helium wants to be a network of networks now. So what are they going after? Let's just read this right now. Let's look at this. They want to go after cellular. They're saying that they feel down the road, it's all big mouse jumper there. I got a mouse problem here. And HIP51 will bring cellular, about 88, almost 89% of the HNT blockchain will be used by cellular system. That's going to be a big focus, big emphasis, I think, on 5G in America and 4G possibly outside of America, because we're still in Latin America in 2 and 3G. So 4G, we still got some time. I would not be buying 4G, though, in the U.S. right now, if I was you. Now, it's cheaper, so you can get involved. You recover your money sooner if helium starts going back to paying out what they should be. You're going to have a cellular 89%, 88.9%, Wi-Fi 2.7%. The LP-WAN, the IoT network that exists right now, will only be 1.2%, a small fraction of it. They're going to move on. The 5G is going to jump a lot on this, and you're going to have VPNs about 7.1%. VPNs, like what? Like Deeper or some others that are going to be providing VPNs on the HNT blockchain. Now, what's that mean? They're going to create, this is going to be the main coin, there's going to be tokens, and others that are going to be to piggyback on this blockchain. Like with Ethereum, that was an example I heard. you know, you got Ethereum, and then from Ethereum, you have others on that same blockchain, right? I'm just kind of put this in simple terms so everybody can understand this. So what's that going to do for HNT, the actual coin of HNT? Well, when you use it and you spend it, so where they're going to be burns now. So they're actually going to reduce the amount of HNT in supply with this HIP51 and more burns, which should then give it greater usage and a higher value to the HNT. If they can push the value in HNT, even though they have lower payouts with the devices, then we can all still get paid something reasonable to maintain the devices as they grow the network in the world, right? Right now, there's a lot in limbo. I had a meeting with my partners today, and you know, we've invested a lot. We've invested close to $50,000 in devices and antennas and so forth in Helium. And right now we're kind of like, okay, we got all the devices set up and nothing's happening, you know. And I had to go back to my partners today. So look, guys, I'm going to pay you back for those devices. Just like I did with Planet Watch. I'm going to buy those devices from you, move your money into real estate until Helium comes back around. But I do believe it's going to come back around. With Planet Watch, we just said we're not going there. Just not going there until they show something down the road of really knowing what they're doing. Helium, on the other hand, I think is taking advantage of a moment where they need to make a change. It was a good jump, a good strategy, and it just might be what saves them. Now, there's competitors out there coming up, right? And we've talked a little bit about them before. We were going to go into detail more with them, but this competitor was only in San Francisco Bay Area, and they weren't growing out of that. Now they're all the U.S., and giving Helium a run for the money, so they're going to have to do something to strengthen the HNT. And this is a good strategic move. So, talking to my investors today, we're going to stay with Helium. We decided not to stay with Planet Watch. And we're going to also jump into and invest more into SC Prime, developing a decentralized cloud data storage network down in South America. And hopefully join with LongFi and others and help us build that network down there so we can actually go out and find people to use that network and make it a very viable network in competition with Amazon. Now, you're not going to compete head-to-head with Amazon, but you can take a fraction. If you can get 10% of that market from Amazon, then you're a successful company. Helium, by being the network of networks, in other words, everybody can come on and have their network on the Helium network, will strengthen the HNT token. And I think it'll be successful. There's a lot of venture capital behind Helium itself and venture capital behind those buying the hotspots that won't let Helium just poo-poo on us. They won't let it just cut us off and say, sorry guys, ain't going to work anymore. There'll be lawsuits, and they know that. So I feel that they're more bound, so I feel comfortable about going forward with Helium. I do, even though I've had hiccups, I'm not happy with them. I do think they were kind of playing some shady things here with this, and I do feel that this HIP51 will pass. And there's good and bad there. I know some people aren't happy with it because there's also some other things there that could affect us a little more. And, you know, it's really not all that transparent. These are not decentralized like they can claim to be. They're very centralized. And we have to understand that. They just claim decentralized, but they're very centralized. And they'll keep centralizing even more over time. But I do feel HIP51, looking at it this way, will build that HNT up. And I think that it will pass. And let's hope that now with more people going on the Helium blockchain will actually cause a higher demand for HNT again and get that token up higher. I think we can see it compete in this arena. I think we can see it as one of a top coins out there. DeFi IoT, it's our update. And this is what we're doing with it and what I feel is going forward with Helium. Again, not completely happy. Taking a long time to get our investment back and get it up and running. We can get our antennas way up high, all of them. We put a lot of money into this, and to have right at that time, Planet Watch and Helium go poo-poo. But I do think Helium has a life. It has a purpose that is very practical and usable. And it's already showing that with third parties contracting and coming into Helium. So, DeFi IoT, please hit the subscribe button, make the grade turn red, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next video. We hope you enjoyed this segment of our video with DeFi IoT. Remember, we're not professional advisors. We do this as a business, as a hobby, and we study we experiment, and we want to share it with you. If you can get some benefit from this, great. What we do is we go out, we purchase with our own money, and we experiment to see what true results are. We want you to be able to share in our experiences so you don't have to lose like we have. If you can win where we've won, fantastic. Remember to do your own research and your own homework. It's very important before you make any decisions. We will see you in our next video.